I started about 9 months ago. I've been on these
That's awesome, man. That's very good news.
I feel fantastic. I'm fasting 1 to 2 days a week, and I'm on the ketogenic diet. I'm following your advice. I'm eating spirulina and kelp. But here's a question. I'll be 60 next year.
Okay.
When I was 17 and 18, I weighed 165. I'm down to 227. I guess my quick question is, what should I weigh? And once I started doing this, it's really not up to you. It's what the body says it's going to be when you get rid of the fat and you start living healthy. So what should a guy weigh at 6'1", nearly 60
There's no way to know that. There's no way to know because it has to do with bone structure. It has to do with how much muscle you're carrying, how much fat you're carrying. There's a whole bunch of factors that take place. I wouldn't worry about unless for you want to look good. That's different, and then you got to get yourself in the gym and start doing some weights and toning up. But just from a health perspective, it's not so much the weight, the number, as it is the body fat, number one, and metabolic issues, biochemistry issues, more than just weight issues. So I wouldn't necessarily be paying attention to the number as much as I would be paying attention to things like blood pressure and sleep issues and skin issues and perhaps blood sugar kinds of things, maybe visceral body fat around the middle of your body, stomach body fat, that kind of thing. I wouldn't go by just the straight number unless it's like ridiculously high. That's different. But if you're just around, what do you say, you're 6'1", 220? Is that what you said?
I'm 6'1", 227. I haven't seen that in 35 years.
That's great. I wouldn't worry about it too much. You're not too bad. You're not too bad. Do you have stomach fat, belly fat?
Well, I still look in the mirror and I still got fat around the mid. So I'm not there yet. But I guess at 165 when I was 17, that may have been healthy then. But what about stretched skin? Because my wife's got it from having children, and of course I have some of it just hanging around. Now I've listened to all your, and I know topical stuff, but will the stretched skin,
once it's stretched,
ever go back to worse?
No, stretch marks and that kind of thing. No, the trick to dealing with stretch marks is to handle them before they happen. That means if you're pregnant, to use things like retinoic acid or vitamin C on the area that's being stretched, or if you're losing a lot of weight, using retinoic acid and vitamin C. Those are the two main topical approaches to stretching skin. Stretching skin is a defect in the connective tissue, and once it's stretched out like that, it's not going away. Sometimes women after they have a baby will have some significant stretching, and that just doesn't go away. There's no way to make it go away except for surgery sometimes, but then you'll end up with a scar. So unfortunately, there's no real medical or nutritional treatment for dealing with skin once it's stretched. However, before it stretches, that's really where you want to approach it. You want to prevent it, and that means topical vitamin A, which in the retinoic acid form is the best, and then topical vitamin C in its fatty form is the best. And I'll be coming out with if you're interested in fatty vitamin C, you should send an email at ben@ksco.com, ksco.com, and I'll send you a link to some fatty vitamin C. And then internally, using cartilage-containing products and foods, things like the glucogel caps and also bone soup, that can help. And then more protein can also help. And one of the very underrated nutritional supplements for dealing with all cartilage and connective tissue issues like stretch marks, but also like wrinkles and arthritis, which are similar, is to use vitamin C. Vitamin C is the rate-limiting step for collagen and connective tissue and cartilage production. Without vitamin C, and even if you're deficient in vitamin C, it's going to be difficult, if not impossible, depending on how deficient you are, to make cartilage and collagen and to prevent stretch marks from happening. And sometimes because vitamin C is just so common and it seems like it's just like kind of a routine nutrient, we don't think about its importance, but it is very, very important internally and topically. I hope that helps, Steve. And then
it does, but even if you were to go have surgery, who would you go see, and what type of surgery would it be for stretch?
Plastic surgeon. A plastic surgeon is who you'd go to, and it's a significant surgery. They got to cut and they got to remove stuff, and it just doesn't seem like it's worth it unless it's really, really problematic and unattractive and you're psychologically debilitated from it. It doesn't seem like it's worth it to me. Of course, I don't have the problem, so I can't speak that way. But if you do want to have surgery, you'd have to go to a plastic surgeon to have it done.
Thank you so much, Brother Ben.
Thank you so much for the kind words. Appreciate it, Ken. Ken in Idaho. Let's move on to Bill in Texas. Welcome to the bright side. What's up, buddy?
Thanks. I was wondering what you'd suggest about ringworm.
Ringworm is a fungal infection. And even though it shows up on top of the skin, it's really not a skin problem, although it's cosmetically a skin problem. But from a causal level, it's more like a immune system problem. We live in a jungle, folks. Bacteria and fungus are all over the place. They're in our skin, they're in our environment, they're in our hair, they're in our eyelashes, they're all over our body, they're all over in our body, they're in our body as well as on top of our body. Usually, these things are regulated. Bacteria regulate the fungus, and fungus regulate the bacteria. They kind of balance each other out. Good bacteria regulate the bad bacteria. Everything's kind of in a balance. However, when our immune system is suppressed, or when we have some kind of imbalance in gut bacteria, we'll end up with various fungal and bacterial infections. So the way you want to deal with ringworm, first of all, you can take care of it topically with things like prescription drugs, Nizoral, or antifungal topical medications, nystatin, that kind of thing can help. But internally, you want to focus on a suppressed immune system, and you also want to focus on building your immune system. Probably the most important, in my opinion, immune system nutritional supplement is going to be probiotics, or good bacteria. And if you have a digestive problem or you're eating the wrong kinds of food, that's going to suppress good bacteria. So get yourself on the BioLumin Nightly Essence. Make sure you're eating lots of fermented food, sauerkraut, miso, kimchi, kefir. Anything fermented with bacteria is going to be helpful for helping stabilize the immune system, especially when it comes to fungal infections. If you have any digestive problems, those need to be corrected. Staying away from problem foods, that's very important also. And then there's nutrients that you can use to build the immune system. Vitamin C is the prime immune system building vitamin, although vitamin A is also very important. Probably around 5,000 to 10,000 milligrams of vitamin C a day and 20,000 international units of vitamin A a day. Hang tight, Bill. There's a couple more things I want to tell you when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. We'll be back right after this. Don't go away.
Pharmacist Ben Fuchs believes virtually all disease states can be backtracked to digestive problems.
Deficiencies in stomach acid can affect all downstream systems. Taking digestive enzymes can be amazingly helpful for dealing with deficiencies in stomach acid. Enzymes require low pH for activation. You can also use aloe vera juice, by the way. Sugars in aloe vera have a coating effect on the digestive system. Longevity has a cool product called Noni Plus, which is made from aloe and the noni fruit. It's tasty. It can also function to support digestive acidification of the stomach, and activation of digestive enzymes.
Take Pharmacist Ben's advice and support your digestive system by ordering Noni Plus from Longevity. Call 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470, or on the web at brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com. Order today.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
At 30dayfoodsupply.com, you can now purchase a one-of-a-kind product not available anywhere else. A meatless burger dry mix in 4 delicious flavors. With our new Oregon Trail Foods vegan burgers, all you do is add water and fry. They need no refrigeration. They're packaged in Mylar bags with an oxygen absorber for a long shelf life. They're non-GMO. They're gluten, soy, nut, and chemical-free, but they're loaded with flavor. And a good source of carbs and protein, yet low in sodium. Flavors include Italian, spicy Mexican, Mexican, 6 vegetable, and black bean olive. Go to 30dayfoodsupply.com or call 541-229-0010 and order today. Eat them every day, take them camping, or save them for an emergency. Check them out at 30dayfoodsupply.com and click on the vegan burger icon. That's 30dayfoodsupply.com, where all of our products are produced in Oregon by Oregon Trail Foods. 30dayfoodsupply.com.
I will never forget the day my son Jeremy told me he hated me and slammed the door in my face. I'm behavioral therapist Janet Lehman. Behavior problems can turn the child you love and your life into a nightmare. That's why my husband James and I created the Total Transformation, the step-by-step program that shows you how to fix the worst behavior problems and get your child to respect and listen to you again. No matter what the behavior, defiance, backtalk, angry outbursts, disrespect, we can help you stop it. Now you can get the Total Transformation for free. All you need to do is get the program and let us know how it works for you. You can keep it forever for free.
Limited number of free programs available. Call now. 1-888-912-1595. 1-888-912-1595. That's 1-888-912-1595. 1-888-912-1595.
Not just an alternative to the mainstream media. We're the premier independent talk radio network. We are GCN.
All right, we're back on the bright side. 855-660-4261 is our number. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products you hear us talk about or join the Bright Side Ben team, you can call the Bright Side Ben phone team at 866-735-2470, or you can head over to brightsideben.com and click on the Join the Team link for a one-time $10 fee. You can start yourself a longevity business, enjoy all the tax benefits associated with having your own business, get your products at the wholesale price, and make a little money too, and help spread the word about the power of a good nutritional supplement program. Okay, we are talking to Bill in Texas about ringworm. Bill, before we went to break, we were saying vitamin C, zinc, vitamin A, those are your most important immune system building vitamins. N-acetylcysteine is very helpful for any kind of immune problems. Using probiotics can be helpful. And then topically, in addition to the prescription remedies like nystatin, which is a common topical prescription antifungal that's used, you can also use coconut oil, which has some antifungal properties, and certainly Lugol solution and colloidal silver. While not directly antifungal, they're antimicrobial, and they'll pretty much kill stuff in a non-toxic fashion, and you may want to consider using topical Lugol solution, that's an iodine solution, or topical colloidal silver, in addition to maybe trying some coconut oil, which contains something called lauric acid. Lauric acid is really interesting stuff. Lauric acid is actually used in the skincare industry to create detergents. Stuff like sodium lauryl sulfate, which many of you have heard of, comes from lauric acid. And lauric acid has been used in something called oil pulling. We haven't talked about oil pulling a lot. That's something you do to clean your mouth out, to clean your gums out, to kill bacteria in the mouth, and it all exploits lauric acid and coconut oil. You take a teaspoon of coconut oil, swish it around your mouth, and you get that lauric acid benefit to kill bacteria in the mouth, but you can also use it topically as an antimicrobial. So I hope that helps you. Does any other questions? Does that clear things up for you, Bill?
No, that's very helpful. I sure appreciate it.
Good deal. Have a beautiful day in Texas, and let's move on to Steve in Pennsylvania. What's up, Steve? Steve, going once?
Ben, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Okay. I have a question on the N-acetylcysteine.
Sure.
How different is that than, let's say, the amino acid cysteine?
It is much different. The amino acid cysteine, for some reason, is not handled by, it doesn't have the same detoxification properties as the acetylated version does. And you know what? I'm not exactly sure why that is, but cysteine isn't going to give you the same kind of benefits as N-acetylcysteine will. And I don't know exactly why they use N-acetylcysteine, but I know the cysteine does not work the same way.
Okay, and a similar line to three other questions. Sure. The vitamin C, the oil-based vitamin C, wouldn't the arlopoic acid, the type that's very assimilable with vitamin C, make that vitamin C any vitamin C work great?
Lipoic acid does have a synergistic effect with vitamin C. So are you asking me, can you use water-soluble vitamin C to get the benefit?
I guess my question was on the different types of vitamin C's of the food-based vitamin C's, which some of them are like 20 times more assimilable than ascorbic acid.
Somebody must be going around talking about this because I'm getting a lot of letters about ascorbic acid and food-based